Alright, so y'all, good morning. Basically, for this video, I'm going to talk about the reason on why it's very important to let us know the number of times you've been pregnant. By all means, with the first video that I did see other people comment and they were saying like different approach to take when talking about it. So that I can work on for myself. But however, I just feel like whenever talking to the patients or just in general, just people in general, like whenever you're getting asked a question as far as for how many times have you been pregnant, overall, like what's the number, we're asking for a reason because it could lead to different factors versus you being high risk due to recurrent miscarriages or recurrent abortions. The provider may have to give you a certain pill just to make sure that you're able to conceive on ovulation day. May have to, refer you to a fertility place or something like that. Also, too, is just we gotta know because at the end of the day, if you don't tell us that type of information, if something goes wrong, then it's almost like, okay, why wasn't it into our chart or, anything of that nature. So it's not like we're trying to judge you. At the end of the day, me myself, I had a miscarriage myself. So when I'm saying as far as for when I ask, how many times have you been pregnant? And say for instance, you may think it's just what the only ones that's living. We're asking how many times because it's a certain category that we put it in when being a medical assistant. We have to know how many times have you been pregnant. We have to know how many were full term. We have to know how many were premature. We have to know how many abortions you had. We have to know how many miscarriages you had. We have to know how many ectopic pregnancies you had, ectopic pregnancies you had. We have to know if you had multiple births, and then we have to know how many is living. So that's 8 categories that we have to know. Another thing that stands out to me is that when you're an actual certified medical assistant working OBGYN, majority of the time as I'm asking these questions to you, I'm looking at you for eye contact, but not only that, the patient themselves are already looking in the computer, like looking right at the computer as I'm putting this information in, so they already know. That's why I'm just like, sometimes it's like, depending on even though how I word it, they're looking, so it's like, I need this information, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just like, sometimes, and if you've done OBGYN medical assistant, you know what I mean. Like a lot of stuff is very repetitive where it's to the point where it's like, come on now, you should know. And not only that, meaning as in as well too, like I know some people may feel traumatized when having their abortions and stuff like that, but again, it's not for us to judge you, it's just so we can know because you may had so many abortions back to back and stuff like that where it's to the point maybe it's hard for you to conceive, or you done had so many abortions back to back where it probably damaged something dealing with your body or just anything like that. And it's not everybody. Like most of the time, you never know. Just having an abortion, and the next thing you know, you're pregnant now, and then boom, like your baby just